welcome back to the Spider's Web, and today we are going to be finishing off this fella. We'll highlight the base on these. We're going to start off first of all with painting the base of this one. Okay, so we'll do what we usually do. We'll grab our brush, we'll grab our Abaddon Black. We will say again that I still haven't managed to get into Wigan to get some more Abaddon Black, but hopefully I can get there tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm hoping I can get something done tomorrow. Not necessarily the proper lyrics for the song, but never mind. Yeah, so it's a case of slap the paint on, cover up all the textured painty stuff, and then I'll show you how I made the buildings that look a little bit more weather beaten and worn and whatever in a second when I've finished painting. So we're going to do the same technique to this as we did, or as we do to the buildings and the other piece of terrain. So we've just got a mixed bag of stuff in this one to do, so let's get on with it. No messing about, no faffing, let's just get on with it. Okay, so that's the base undercoated. Just needs highlighting now, so I'll put that over there. Okay, so what do we want to do first? Well, what we really want to do, I think, is have a look and compare these. I just added that little bit more of the very pale pink over there, so I will do that now. Just a spot of pale pink, because I could not remember whether I did that or not. I have added a bit of a highlight to these, so I shall do so again. Wash the red off the brush, and then I can go into my white and get loads of that. We don't want a lot of red in this, because it's just a case of wafting over, but we do want a lot of white to make it look a very pale pink, almost just mainly an off-white kind of thing. We don't want it incredibly vibrant pink, but we don't want it sort of like that white colour. It's too pale. We just want whatever you think is best, and it doesn't have to be the same mix for each model either, so because everybody's skin tone's different, so we'll reflect that in here as well, and make sure that the highlight colours on these are all different as well. But we want to just go just like that. That's across. You don't want much. And you really want to, if you can, manage it just downward strokes, because you're trying to show where the light is hitting, and the only way you can do that is by doing downward strokes, because if you do upward strokes as well, it looks as though it's coming from below, and that's not the effect we're looking for. Yeah. Now here we would go across because his arm is down, so try and judge where the light would hit with the position of arms and legs, etc. Oops. Oops. Knocked him out of my own hand then. Just got going. There we are. There we are. And I'll just put a little bit here and there in other places just to brighten it up a touch. There we go. So that's the pink done for the fleshy areas, and now we have the yellow to do on the bony areas. And again, this is just a dry brush. Put as little paint on your brush as possible, but again, as I also say, you want to make it bright enough so that when we put the wash on, it's going to show up from below the wash. So again, it's a judgment call. I can't tell you what's right and what's wrong. It depends on how you think it is, but as I say, as long as it's not, as long as the yellow is not all over, I'm just going to go up here. What I want to do as well is disguise that part on his shoulder where I've gone over accidentally with the pink. I'm going to make sure that's disguised, which it seems to be. Well, so there we are. And just keep at it until every part of the, or all the, not every part, all the areas of the bony parts of the model have been highlighted with this yellow. If the lid on this yellow would stay up, it would help as well, but unfortunately it doesn't. Never mind. Like I say, if it looks too bright, don't worry, we are going to be going over with a black wash on that. There should be pink. I'm going to go over that now. Have I done that on the other one? I can't remember. I have, yes, so it does need doing. So I shall do that in a second before I put the black wash on. I couldn't tell it until I put the yellow on and I could see exactly what was what. Sometimes a model does that, so you can paint the same model twice and, well, not paint the same model, you can paint two versions of the same model twice and it looks and what you see on the second one can be totally different than what you've seen on the first one. A prime example of that is there where I've not done the fleshy part on the lower back. But again, there we go, just shoulder pad needs doing. Okay, so I'll get this shoulder pad done and then I can mix up some pink. I was hoping I'd got it all done, but never mind. But yeah, all that there should be pink, not green. So we're using Wazdaka red again, and as I say, it's just a little bit of red. Can add some of the pink from there we've already used. In fact, we might as well see if we can. No, it's dried up too much, unfortunately. Never mind. But it doesn't stop us going over. In fact, it's red we want, isn't it? It's not pink at the moment, it's the pure red we want. Oh, I'm not with it at all. Not with it at all today. I don't think I should have started painting these today because of I say my head isn't quite with it. But the thing is, I just want to get these plague minis done because I'm really looking forward to playing with this game, and I really want to learn how to play it. So once I get the plague minis done, I can actually look towards playing it then, in the hope that the other lad who's got it at the games club has painted his enforcers rather than the plague, as I'm hoping. Okay, so that's done. Well, while we're waiting for that to dry, we'll get back into our greys with Dawnstone and Administratum. We'll do a quick dry brush over what we can see in the swarm. I don't think we'll be doing much with the Administratum in this, but let's just see how it goes, shall we? It's quite shaded, so everything, a lot of it seems to be in shadow, so I don't think we'll be using any Administratum grey on this at all. Let's just see, mind you, yeah, we could use a little bit, just a little bit here and there. Oops, I'm forgetting, I don't want to put that away yet because we have our base here that needs doing. Oh, it's not quite dry yet. Well, that half isn't anyway, this half is. Well, it's less than half. But what you really do want it to be perfectly dry when you're doing this, because it'll just smudge and look awful if you don't, so I'm not going to do that side yet. But the red here on the miniature should be done. It should be all nice and dry because I didn't put as big a amount of paint on here as I did with that. So what did we do? We used the Drakenhof Nightshade, did we not? To go over, so we will add that. Unfortunately, again, we can't continue painting this one until the Drakenhof Nightshade has dried, but hopefully with not putting a lot on and it's been a warm room, it may dry pretty quick. Fingers crossed. But I'm also going to be adding the Nuln Oil to this as well, straight away. I'm not waiting about like I really should do with putting that Drakenhof Nightshade on. I just want to get it done. So we'll go over all the areas of bone with the Drakenhof Nightshade, and I'm trying when I get round here to be careful not to go into the, sorry, it's the Null Oil we use, not Drakenhof Nightshade. We're going over the bones with the Null Oil, but what we're trying to do when we get round to where I've put the Drakenhof Nightshade, I'm trying to be more careful so as not to put the Null Oil there and mix it in together. But if it happens, it's only a small area, it doesn't make any difference. The thing is, we're not going to get the same colour of pink there as we did on the main part, but again it's going to be in shadow, so it doesn't necessarily make much of a difference as long as I can blend the new colour of pink in with the old, and yes, I can do that, not a problem. So it's apply the Null Oil to this, and that will dull down all the green and yellow areas. As I say, I'm not at all tempted in putting another highlight over these because I think it looks okay as it is. I did try it once, didn't like the look of it with an extra highlight, so I'm not going to be doing it again. I think it was just a waste, but nothing stopping you trying. If you want to try that, if you want to follow this colour scheme, if you put the Null Oil on and then do a wash of the sorry, if you paint the same, if you're doing these and you do the same colour scheme as I am, and you do the Null Oil wash and you decide that you want to do another extreme highlight with the yellow, go ahead, feel free. As I keep saying, I'm not showing you how it should be painted, I'm showing you how I'm painting mine and trying to encourage you to pick up a paintbrush without making, I'm trying to do these as simple as I can to make it look as though you don't have to be an art genius to be able to paint decent enough models for a tabletop game. There you go. So it's just that bit now. Once the thing's dried, the Null Oil has dried, we can then get around to highlighting the that new bit that I've done. But while we're waiting for that to dry, let's have a look. Has that dried? Yes, it has. So we can do this bit now. So it's the Dawnstone. And we get a small amount on the brush and just wafty, wafty, wafty over. Okay, that's that bit done. With a cleaner brush, you want it incredibly dry because we're doing a dry brush now with the Administratum Grey. Like I said earlier, we're going to do a little touch of this on the base of the swarm. Not, I repeat, not a vast amount of paint on the brush. And it's just to tickle over the edge, just to add that little bit of sparkle here and there. and that's it. Nothing more than that. And with this one, we can have a little more on the brush, and we just wafty, wafty, wafty. Same again. Because there's no model on the actually on here, we can go all over the area. And now what I'm going to do is just turt up the edge of the swarm, or of the, not the swarm, I'm going to turt up the edge of both bases with the black, because I've gone over when I've been dry brushing. That's both bases almost finished, and we have our monstery chapper here almost done as well. He's going to perch on here like so. I can get at his back, so what I'm going to do now, while we're waiting for the back to dry and the wash to dry, I'm going to glue so it's just a little bit of super glue. I hope I've got it in the right place. I have, no, not quite. Oops. There we are. I don't know whether that's the right position for it. It's the one that I actually can see it being, but as I say, it may be completely wrong. It may be a different position altogether, but that's the one that looks right to me. So that's the way I've done them. So we'll leave those to dry now, and in the next one we will start, or we'll get a lot closer to finishing off, and we'll do these ones. Easy enough. I can do these two in one video, well, not one video, I can do these two base coats and wash in the first video, and then finish off highlighting in the second, the same as usual. And then it just leaves the Deadzone to do after that, and then finally his handsome young chap. Right, so until the next video, as always, let you have a look at what we've done so far. We've done that, and we've done that. Next, we're going to be doing those two. So until then, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.